Athletics Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group.
It's been two different tales for the A's this season when facing the Twins. In the first trip to the Twin Cities, nothing went right. Behind the home run stroke of former Athletic Josh Willingham, the A's lost 3 straight in a stretch of their worst baseball of the season. The second trip to Target Field, the tables turned. The bats exploded for 9 homers and 24 runs, which led them to a 3-game sweep and helped launch one of the best winning stretches in Oakland A's history. Tonight, the A's, winners of 4 straight, will look to keep the pressure on the Twins as their push for the postseason continues. It's Game 1 next. Well, the homestand continues for the Athletics as we are set to give you Monday Night Baseball from the Coliseum. It's the Twins and the Athletics in the first of a 3-game series. Brandon McCarthy will make his 3rd start since coming off the disabled list. One of the guys he's going to have to take on is former Athletic Josh Willingham. He's got 31 home runs this year for the Twins. So, series is set to get started, and you're going to see Game 1 right here on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. A's are playing good baseball. They've won 4 in a row. Twins, just the opposite. They have lost 5 in a row. And Ray, last time we saw the Twins, the A's put on an incredible power display.
And especially at Target Field, where we know the ball doesn't carry that well, but the A's made the park seem very small. And remember, the A's did not take batting practice for 4 days. Johnny Gomes started it Friday night with a grand slam, and then 4 home runs each of the next 2 games. Cespedes, Carter, these guys were hitting the ball all over the park. That shot that was to right field by the right-hander was unbelievable. Brandon Moss, everybody got involved in the weekend series. And when the A's came out and hit 9 home runs in the weekend, that's saying a lot about the power that they possess. And remember, too, they were coming off a 9-game losing streak during the time the A's were back in Minnesota in late May.
So in any lineup, whether it be the A's or any other team, the leadoff man is very important. How about Coco Crisp? And he's hot right now. When he gets hot, the A's offense usually rolls.
He definitely makes the ball club go. And yesterday I thought was great. Hit a 3-run home run. They were maybe looking for a bunt from the right side, the left side. It really doesn't matter with Coco. Tremendous power. And also remember, he's kind of flat-footed when he swings. The power, the speed, he can do it all. And also he can play some center field. But that shot yesterday, that, again, they were thinking bunt. He decided to hit a 3-run home run. And we always like to see the different type of dances that they possess. That what they do in the dugout, just unbelievable. I'll kind of look forward to it. Never know what they're going to do.
As long as they're happy.
That's right.
That's right. Brian Dunsing is going to pitch for the Twins, and he will be opposed by Brandon McCarthy. So a righty and a lefty tonight. A's took advantage of a slumping Indians team. They'll try to do it again to the Minnesota Twins. Game 1 of the series is set to get started. We'll have lineups and first pitch when we come back.
Thanks, Scott.
Home of the most live sports.
Well, the A's with the gold tops tonight, as they are going to try to keep their winning streak going. It is sitting at 4 games, trying to make it 5 tonight as they entertain the Minnesota Twins in the first of this 3-game series. Lineup cards are being exchanged at home plate, meeting with the umpires. So we're just a couple minutes away from first pitch. Here's the game time weather for tonight. It's brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. 64 degrees, a little cooler tonight, at least it feels like it. So mid to end of August, but always cool weather here at the Coliseum. That is the case tonight. And the A's, they're going to take the field behind their starting pitcher. There he is, big tall right-hander Brandon McCarthy.
They like these alternate gold jerseys. And the team photo is going to be taken tomorrow. They might be in the gold jerseys.
I like it.
Yeah. Kind of have the staff in different colors, so it should be an interesting photo that we will be seeing pretty soon.
Let's look at the Minnesota Twins lineup tonight. Ben Revere in center field, Darren Mastroianni in right, then Mauer, Willingham, Morneau, Doman. So pretty good power in the middle of that Twins lineup. Trevor Plouffe, he's struggling right now. Jamie Carroll at second, and then Pedro Florimon.
Brandon McCarthy, third start since returning from the disabled list. And for McCarthy, the 3 solo home runs in Chicago. That was on the 10th of August. Both of those starts coming on the road. The second one in Kansas City, pitched great. Into the 7th inning, couple of outs, then back-to-back doubles, and then another double, and McCarthy ended up picking up the loss. The A's losing the game by a score of 3-2. So McCarthy, good to see him on his regular turn, and that's what the A's are trying to do with their veteran right-hander when his day comes around, as they made some changes, as we will talk about regarding tomorrow night. But tonight it is Brandon McCarthy.
Cespedes, Crisp, and Reddick in the outfield. Donaldson, Rosales, Weeks, and Carter. On the infield, Derek Norris is doing the catching. So McCarthy wrapping up his warm-up tosses. So Adam Rosales getting the start at shortstop tonight. So the A's are 65-55 with their winning streak. Twins, just the opposite. They are really struggling. They've lost 5 in a row. They've lost 9 out of 10, and they are 20 games under the 500 mark. So that is what's awaiting the Oakland A's to get this series started. Larry Vanover, the crew chief, will call balls and strikes tonight. Dan Bellino at first. Mark Ripperger at second. Mike Estabrook is at third. So Ben Revere, the leadoff hitter, steps in.
And we talked about it over the weekend, playing the Cleveland Indians, a team that was struggling. But you have to play every game as if you're playing a world champion and not take anybody lightly, because, as you mentioned, the team can hit. Starting at the top with Revere, excellent speed. That's why Donaldson's playing even with the bag at third.
First pitch to Ben Revere is outside. The Twins with the worst record in the American League at 50-70. Revere hitting .315, no home runs, 25 RBIs. Denard Span, the normal leadoff hitter, getting the night off. Tough couple of years for the manager, Ron Gardenhire. The Twins lost 99 games last year, and it's not a good year this year either.
But he has Josh Willingham, and I'm sure Willingham's name came up with the trading deadline to be moved on July the 31st, but a very good contract for he and the Twins, and he is still a member of the Minnesota club. When you put him in between Mauer and Morneau, that's saying something. A power hitter, and Josh Willingham, 29 home runs for the A's last year, and as you mentioned, 31 this season for the Twins.
So 2-2 to Revere. Well, the two guys at the top of this order tonight, Mastroianni and Revere, both very fast, and both are good base stealers. So with the big guys coming up after them, keep these guys off the bases.
And you don't want to get your pitch count up with a lot of foul balls with the first batter. At least for Brandon McCarthy, he's throwing strikes, 2-2, and then a couple of foul balls with the 2 strikes.
Another pop-up. Donaldson may have a play. He reaches up in foul territory, and he makes the catch. So that is out number 1. So this is the transaction today. Brett Anderson has been activated from the disabled list. Dan Straley has been sent to Sacramento. And Brett Anderson is going to start tomorrow night against the Twins. So that's big news for the Athletics.
Big news. The 30 days ended today, and that's why at times they would wait until the actual day. But because of 30 days today, they activated him, and Straley going down, plus Brett Anderson, as he has been on the disabled list on the bench, but this time tonight he is on the active 25-man roster.
So Brett Anderson, middle of July last year is when he had Tommy John surgery. A little over 13 months, and he's back. He will start the game. That one looped into left center field, and Mastroianni is aboard. So 1 out single. So that's the story for the Athletics. So we'll get to see Brett Anderson tomorrow night, and we know when he's on, he's pretty darn good.
Well, you see all sliders. And of course, that game in Boston, complete game, a shutout against the Red Sox at Fenway. So Brett Anderson, that really hard slider that he likes to throw down into the right-handers, and it's a very good pitch for him. June 5th of last year against the Red Sox.
So here is Joe Mauer. Mauer takes the first pitch strike. 317 for Mauer, 8 home runs, 61 runs batted in. The batting average is 4th best in the American League. He's behind Trout, Miguel Cabrera, and Derek Jeter. And that one hit into right field, and that's a base hit. Mastroianni, who's very fast, digging around second, heading into third, and he'll make it with a slide. First and third, 1 out for Willingham.
That's what helps Joe Mauer. It has hit 8 home runs, driven in 61, but this is what he likes to do. Gets a breaking ball, and with the runner being held at first base, the hole created between first and second. No chance for Chris Carter to get to the ball, and with the speed of Mastroianni, first and third easily for the Twins with Josh Willingham.
He knows what Willingham has done against the Athletics this year.
Well, they would like to see him hit a ground ball right now.
Yeah.
That would be great to get 2 and get out of the inning.
Willingham is 9 for 22 with 5 home runs and 12 RBIs in 6 games against the Athletics this year. So he's been a tough out.
If he can hit home runs at Target Field, his home park, which he has done that, especially against the Athletics, he can hit them anywhere. He did it for the A's here last year, which is not a particularly great home run hitting park. Twins' first visit to the Coliseum this season. He's back to the Twin Cities twice.
And that one's drilled toward right center field. Coco Crisp on the move. He's not going to get it. Joe Mauer's trying for third. He'll make it, and Willingham's going to get into second. So Willingham found the gap. Coco Crisp made a good effort. He had to come a long way. He was shifted over just a little bit. So it's an RBI double for Willingham as Mastroianni comes in to score, and it's 1-0 Minnesota.
And we saw in Minnesota as well when Josh Willingham got on base in a fly ball to center field. He played next to Coco last year, and he knows that Coco is not blessed with a very strong arm, and he cut it off, but Willingham never stopped, and the ball coming back in, thrown over, and see Willingham rounding first, and then realized he could just coast into second. And that's a big play because it takes the possibility of a double play away from the Athletics.
So here's Justin Morneau. First pitch to Morneau is outside. 16 home runs, 59 runs batted in for Twins' longtime first baseman. So the RBI for Willingham, his 90th of the year. Went inside, 2-0. So the cutter just off the plate inside. Ryan Doumit, a switch hitter, waiting in the on-deck circle. It's very quiet in here right now.
Yes, it is.
It's extremely quiet.
Great excitement over the weekend. 30,000 plus on Saturday, over 20,000 yesterday, and I guess those 50,000 plus are resting tonight.
They're watching us.
That's right.
That one on the ground, and getting in the rundown is Mauer. Donaldson running him all the way back, and then flips it to Norris, who puts the tag on. So Mauer is retired on the base pass. The runners move up to second and third, but now there are 2 outs. So Morneau tried to poke one past Donaldson, but that was not to be.
Josh Donaldson had the runner coming off the bag and chased him, get rid of it, and that way it allows Norris to run him back towards third base, and maybe could have gotten a double play or not allowed both runners to advance. Throw it quickly, get rid of it, but he's running him all the way to home, which got very dangerous because the throw at the last instant went to Norris, and he had to make the catch and apply the tag. Still second and third, where it could have possibly been maybe first and third. But a good play anyway to keep that run from scoring.
So here's Ryan Doumit. First pitch strike to Doumit, who has 14 home runs. He's knocked in 59. With batting average of .292.
It's a strong individual. We talked about the 3, 4, and 5. Then you had Doumit in there as the 6th hitter.
Well, he's dangerous in that 6th spot.
Yes, he is. And then Plouffe, although as you said, he's been struggling, but still 19 home runs for the Twins shortstop. Third baseman, that is.
So now Doumit's going to step out. Doumit had some good years with the Pirates, then signed a 1-year contract to come to Minnesota. Twins liked him so much. Halfway through the season, they signed him to an extension. A couple extra years tacked on. Lays off that big breaking ball.
There's a question here with first base open and the right-hander hitting Plouffe in the on-deck circle, whether you're going to pitch him carefully, which is not a bad idea. Good curveball and a check swing. Doumit did not swing, but at least does not look like they want to give in to him.
And that one to the backstop, and that's going to get out. Hit his foot.
Fortunately.
Okay.
Fortunately.
So the A's, indeed,
Wow.
there's such thing as hitting a batter and
that's right.
that being a break. That would be it right there. So Willingham goes back to third, but the bases are loaded.
This is essentially a walk with first base open. The hard
Batting in the 7th
curveball
position, third baseman.
hit him in the shin guard. He hardly felt it. The ball go carry him
Plouffe.
high and past the catcher Derek Norris, but run did not score, at least at this point. And when you have that kind of protection on your shins, you don't have to worry about getting out of the way, and Doumit did not. It's the big out already in this game, first inning.
Trevor Plouffe, the hitter, and he takes a fastball first strike. Plouffe has 1 hit in his last 22 at-bats. He went on the disabled list with a right thumb injury, and that 1 for 22 is since coming back from the DL. But he's got pretty good power, 19 home runs. So McCarthy jumps ahead 0-2.
Good cutter up and away, moving away from the right-hander as he tried to reach for it. And he's playing him straight up, infield and outfield.
So Willingham, Morneau, Doumit are the runners. The 0-2 pitch, another high cutter, but it's off the plate, 1-2. Jamie Carroll is the on-deck hitter. Not want to see him in this inning.
No, I'd like to see him leading off the second. A's are hopeful of getting out of this first inning with a lot of action for the Twins. Give them just one run. 25th pitch coming up for McCarthy.
That one down and away. So the count is even now, 2-2.
Mentioned on the road trip, Derek Norris catching Brandon McCarthy for the first time. Actually, this is the third time since he's returned from the DL. So with a runner at second base and the catcher going through multiple signs, if they're not on the same page, that's going to slow the rhythm down, because you don't want to just get to one sign, which that time they agreed on the pitch call.
So now a full count. So it was 0-2. It's gone to 3-2.
And you have to figure this is the cutter. Time for the cutter. Instead of just giving him the fastball, he has a two-seamer. Runners will be on the move.
Pitch number 27 coming up from Brandon McCarthy. It's a big one. It was a bit high, but Plouffe went after it anyways. Probably too close to watch. You never know. But he fouled it back, so the count remains 3-2. Runners head back.
And this is a count where the hitter sits fastball. If he gets anything else, that's why the cutter is such a very good pitch. Although that 3-2 was a fastball up and in. But the cutter trying to take the ball off the sweet part of the bat towards the end, or maybe even get a swing through and a miss.
Outfield straightaway for Plouffe. 3-2 pitch is just a bit low. Very close. Plouffe takes it, and it's 2-0 Twins as Willingham comes in to score.
Well,
he made a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, that's a little surprising because Brandon McCarthy rarely walks batters, but this one just a little bit too low according to Larry Vanover. And he swung at the pitch out of the strike zone up, but he wouldn't offer at the pitch down, and walks in a run.
So now Jamie Carroll will hit. Carroll playing second base. 243 the average with 32 RBIs.
Batting in the 8th position, second baseman, number 8, Jamie Carroll.
It's an opposite field hitter. We saw that in Minneapolis.
Curveball is low.
He's not going to chase a lot of bad pitches. He's pretty selective at the plate.
Reddick playing very shallow in right field. So Reddick has seen the same scouting report that you have seen.
He's a tough hitter just because he is selective. He's hasn't hit a home run, doesn't try to hit home runs, just wants to put the ball in play.
And now 2-0.
$15 and 15. That is so unusual for Brandon McCarthy. 15 strikes, 15 balls.
The 2-0 pitch, that one drops in first strike. Good sinking life on that pitch, 2-1. So Carroll, not surprised he took one. He's probably not going to take another one.
Well, and that's a hitter saying, I'm going to make you throw a strike, and if you don't, he's taking all the way. Good idea.
This one's popped up right side. Weeks and Carter, and it's going to be Weeks who steps into foul territory, makes the catch. Side retired. A couple of runs for the Twins. We'll head to the bottom of the first. an inning. Let's check out the Athletics lineup. We'll start with Coco Crisp, then Gomes, Reddick, Cespedes, Carter, Donaldson, Norris, Rosales, and Weeks.
Brad Dunsing on the mound for the Twins. The A's completed their sweep at Target Field with Dunsing on the mound in the final game of the series. And actually in the first 2 innings, Dunsing's club got him 2 runs. Problem he had, he gave up 6 in the first 2, and that was it, including 3 home runs in the second inning. So the A's did hit him well. He, like Travis Blackley, pitching out of the stretch. Starting the game, just his 9th start on the season.
After 33 relief appearances for Dunsing. We've seen him be pretty good against the Athletics.
You're right.
But start earlier this year, that was not the case. This one's lofted to right field. Mastroianni makes the catch. Crisp is retired. So that's out number 1. Twins defense tonight has Willingham in left, Revere in center, Mastroianni in right. Plouffe, Florimon, Carroll, Morneau on the infield with Mauer the catcher. So 1 out for Jonny Gomes.
Got your reference in the game August 14, 2010, the shutout. 3-hit shutout against the Athletics. Target Field 1-2-0. Trevor Cahill, the opposite number in that game.
That was, they've kind of been back and forth with Dunsing, reliever, starter, reliever, starter. That's been the case this year. .252 the average for Jonny Gomes. He's got 14 home runs, 35 runs batted in. The crowd tonight did not like that last call. Thought it was maybe a little bit outside.
1-6 in his previous 8 starts. Should help him tonight with his club giving him 2 runs before he took the mound. Low 90s fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup, thrown 2 and 4 seam. Fastball.
And a breaking ball there, and Gomes swings and misses. So the strikeout, and it's out number 2. So let's go back to 2010. This is that fine game that Dunsing threw against the Athletics in Minneapolis.
He had everything working, as he showed there, whether it's lefties or righties, and check swing. That Jack Cust.
Yes, it was. Our old friend Jack Cust. So this is his 4th start against the Athletics. Here's Reddick, who takes a bit low. .251 for Josh, 25 home runs, 61 runs batted in. And a couple hits in that Indian series. He was 2 for 9. One of those an RBI double. Fastball on 2-0, right there for a strike.
Well, the drummers in right field keeping some noise here at the Coliseum on this Monday night. Left field creatures are a little bit quiet tonight so far. The bongos in right field.
Yeah, it's just it's a quiet crowd so far. Got some cowbell, asking for more cowbell. They'll give it to him. Once the A's get on the board, they'll liven up a little bit. 3-2 now to Reddick. Payoff pitch, and Reddick pops it up. Plouffe, the third baseman, circles under it. He's got it, and Brian Dunsing has a 3-up, 3-down. Bottom of the first inning. 2-0 Twins after 1. April 10th, 2011. Brandon McCarthy, his first win as an Athletic, and it happened in Minnesota. 7 in the third innings that day, just a couple of runs, 5 strikeouts. So Brandon McCarthy got his first win in an A's uniform, and he's pitched extremely well for the Athletics in his 2 years. Struggled a little bit in the first inning. Gave up a couple of runs on 3 hits. Also hit a batter and walked a batter. So a little uncharacteristic for Brandon McCarthy, who is generally picky when it comes to giving up base runners. Flormone is the hitter. Pedro Flormone, young shortstop.
Throw as many pitches as Brandon McCarthy did in the first inning. The pitcher, you know, you want to average about 11 or 12 to go deep in the game. Best case scenario, but you throw 30 plus, 31 as you did in the first. You start thinking I better be economical the rest of the game. It's going to be a quick departure. Let's hope that is not the case.
That one past Rosales into left center field for a base hit. So Flormone slices one into left center.
Inning started in the first with Mastriani blooping a ball into left center. That kind of opened it up. If he had not gotten a single, then Mauer's ball would not have been a base hit.
Now batting, number 11, Ben Revere.
So back to the top of the order in Ben Revere. Revere led off the game with a foul out to Donaldson at third. So speed on the bases and speed in the batter's box for the Twins. And there's a strike. So 0-1 to Ben Revere. Revere, former first-round draft pick of the Minnesota Twins. That was back in 2007. The 28th pick.
What you make about the speed, hitting, and on first base if there's a ground ball hit. You think about one, and from the standpoint of turning the double play, you're trying to make a spectacular play. This one off speed, a little bit high called by Corey Vanover.
Pretty good lead by Flormone. Foul back. Pretty good schedule around baseball tonight. Some big games being played. Orioles and the Rangers are playing in Texas, with the Rangers leading 5-1 in the 8th inning. The Orioles wild card race. Texas first place in the AL West. Yankees and the White Sox playing. That's a big series in Chicago. The Rays have already won their game at home against the Royals.
Trip from Anaheim to Tampa didn't hurt them, did it?
Nope. 1-2 pitch out. A couple of big series in the National League. There's the Giants and the Dodgers playing in LA. Braves and the Nationals playing in Washington, D.C. A lot of excitement in the East Coast for that series. Braves and Nationals are tied 4-4 in the 8th inning. Runner goes, and pitch goes off the glove of Norris. So sliding into second base is Flormone. So it'll be a stolen base. So a runner at second and nobody out for the Twins here in the second inning.
First of his career, I don't think there's much of a chance as the pitch was down and in, and Derek Norris came out thinking about trying a quick release and then transfer. He dropped. He wouldn't have thrown him out anyway. Flormone got a tremendous jump.
Revere loops one foul. Lands near the A's bullpen. So 43 pitches already for McCarthy. How many in the first inning, Ray?
30 plus, 32.
32
Yeah.
first.
32 minutes.
Ben Rivera's been part of the problem.
And here's runner at second base, and you see Brandon stepping off, and
saw it in the first inning.
Yep. And that's something that we will see.
3-2 pitch. And on the outside corner, strike 3 call. Rivera thought it was outside.
Remember, he called one pitch up and away to Rivera for a strike, the off-speed pitch. This was a fastball, wanted it down, had the corner, it looked like, without a problem. There's Tommy Cam showing it right on the corner.
Number 19.
And as far as the height, Larry Vanover like that as well. And he didn't. And Rivera said, nope. All he was trying to do is pull the ball to advance for a moment.
So here's Mastroianni. He singled and scored in the first inning. Donaldson, the third baseman, in even with the bag. Carter a couple steps in as well. McCarthy, long look. And that one a little bit high.
But one of the things, and probably heard me say it a few times about the rhythm of a pitcher and pitcher catcher working together. And Brandon McCarthy, the one thing scouts have said is how quickly he works. His windup, everything is quick, quick, quick. And then when he's got his idea of what he wants to throw, and that's where the communication issue comes up, where he's got in his mind say cutter, and maybe Derek Norris calling something else. He goes through the signs, then he backs off, shakes off. So, you know, it's just a matter of getting on the same page, and it seems tonight there's a little bit of a struggle in the first inning plus.
Yeah, that's a good call, because yeah, his pace tonight is much slower than it usually is. Now, granted, he's had a lot of base runners, so that slows things down some. One pitch, and that's in the left field, a base hit. Florimone digging around third. The throw to the plate is not in time. So Mastroianni has hurt the A's early in this game. He's got an RBI single, and it's 3-0. Now the big boys are coming up.
Well, the pitch was left up a little bit, slower type curveball, and that's why he was able to hit it as hard as he did. Josh Donaldson playing even with the bag. Derek Norris knew there was no chance to get him, and you're going to sit in Exmo. No stride at all by Mastroianni, and the off-speed pitch worked out well for him. Hit it very hard.
Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. He's thinking about it. Black is just starting to get loose.
He and Jared Blevins up and looking down towards Rick Rodriguez. Maybe the phone rang.
So Joe Mauer steps in. We've talked about this situation a lot, Ray. Mastroianni's a very good base stealer. He's 14 for 60. But we also saw Joe Mauer use that big hole on the right side in the first inning. He just bounced one through the right side.
And that would have been an out. Nothing would have happened in the first inning.
And he runs this time. Norris's throw is going to roll into center field. Getting up is Mastroianni, and he's going to go to third. So it's going to be a stolen base and an error. So the A's a little sloppy in the early going.
Well, the speed, and he did run. Pretty good pitch, although, no, it wasn't a good pitch. I thought it was a little bit more outside, but it bounced, and Jamal Weeks did a good job of backing up, but sometimes it's better to get farther out into center field. He was right at the edge of the grass. Maybe didn't have enough time to get deeper, but the ball just trickled past him. At least it wasn't like the Cubs game when the A's were back in Chicago, where the stolen base, E2, and the center fielder missed the ball, so he came all the way around to score. So at least this
I had forgotten about that.
Yeah, that was the what 25, 28 mile an hour winds that day, but it didn't affect the throw to second base or the bounce past the center fielder.
So 2-1 to Mauer. Infield is in now. Mauer bounces one toward Weeks. Weeks will just flip it to Carter, and the runner holds. So Mauer is retired.
Well, this game could have really been broken open by the Twins, and at least right now McCarthy limiting the Twins, and what could have been, especially in the first inning, was bases loaded. This one, normally with Joe Mauer, he's going to find a way to get the ball to the outfield. It rolled over on a good pitch from McCarthy. Now the infield can move back as they try to get Willingham. Don't elevate the ball to him. He's proven he can hit anything thigh and up.
Big curveball in first strike. 13 RBIs now for Willingham against the Athletics this year, and this is the 7th game these two teams have played. Fastball runs inside. Mastroianni is the runner at third. 53 pitches. And that one hit toward Donaldson, who goes into a dive. It trickles off his glove, rolls into left field, and that's going to be another hit. That's going to be another run, and that's going to be another RBI for Willingham. So it's 4-0 Minnesota.
Now batting, number 33.
I'm just hopeful that Josh Donaldson could come up with the ball off of Josh Willingham's bat, because he did take extra bases away. The dive, but then the ball just missed his glove. If he comes up with it with his arm, he's going to throw out Willingham, but that was the problem. Diving, could not come up with it cleanly, and off his glove.
So give Willingham his 91st RBI. 2 in the first, 2 in the second for the Twins. That one bounced toward Rosales, who will step on the bag. Side retired. 2 runs on 3 hits. We're going to the bottom of the second. It's 4-0 Minnesota. Through September 3rd. Visit CashCreek.com for details. So 4-0. The Twins lead early. Well, the A's got him right where they wanted him, right?
Yes, they do. 4 runs the first 2. The A's have 8 shots in regulation. That's always good. Said it many times. You get down early. The A's did it against Cleveland.
First pitch to Cespedes, off speed in first strike.
Cleveland put up a 4 spot on Friday.
Yep.
A's came back with 3 in the bottom half. So set to find a way to get on the board against Brian Dunston. Don't want to get him too much confidence in himself that he can get all the outs. And it was Cespedes and Carter against Dunston in the second inning, went back to back.
Dunston pitching from the stretch. Off the plate, 2-1. The Rangers have just won their game. They beat the Orioles 5-1. So that's kind of a good news, bad news for the A's. Of course, the A's trailing Texas by 5 in the division. But the Orioles are one of the 2 wild card teams that the A's are right behind. So
Larry Vanover calling this high strike tonight, and hitters might as well get used to it. Ben Revere called out on a similar high fastball, nailed on the outside corner.
Bounce toward third. Plouffe charges, gets the short hop, throws, and Cespedes beat it out. You just can't take any time as an infielder.
Ron Gardenhire is going to argue because probably Dan Bellino might have said pull him off the bag, but he just called him safe, just flat out safe, and nothing about pulling him off the bag. But what speed by Cespedes. Out of the box quickly. Watch the follow through. So he is out of the starter's box. Plouffe, a nice play. Took a couple of extra steps, maybe too many, but the ball did bounce. But like Morneau able to handle the short hop, snow cone, and bang, bang. It was close. And
his foot was on the bag.
It's right there. If it's on the bag before the ball, and that was a very close play, and like the right call by Dan Bellino. Not much argument from Ron Gardenhire.
How about Cespedes? He's got a lot of infield hits this year.
He does. And he's just not conceding a ground ball. And he talks about home runs. And there's a lot of at-bats. You're not going to hit home runs. You're going to have to do something else. And he is taking advantage of his speed and hustling 90 feet.
But you saw Plouffe. I mean, he took 2 extra steps. If he would have taken 1, he gets the out.
Yeah. And as it turned out, it looked like he didn't have a very good grip on the ball by bouncing it to Morneau. And maybe that was the extra time he initially took. And in the future, and the scouting reports are going to show, you can't waste any time with Cespedes. Because from the right side, he's as fast as there is right now in the American League.
Two and 1 the count to Carter with Donaldson in the on-deck circle. Carter reaches for it. It's a fly ball toward left. Willingham backing up a little bit, and he's got it. So Carter is retired, and that's out number 1. So Donaldson will hit.
Batting in the 6th position, third baseman, number 20. Josh Donaldson.
Donaldson, 205 with a couple of home runs. Ten hits in his last 24 at-bats for the A's third baseman. He had a good series against the Indians. Cespedes runs, and he got a good jump, head first slide into second without a throw. Stolen base for Cespedes. His 12th of the year.
First move, and Cespedes had it stolen easily, and both catchers tonight, neither one having much of an opportunity. And Cespedes just lightning speed. Ricky Henderson shows up and sees that kind of acceleration. First step, he'd be seeing himself running the bases.
1-0 pitch in for a strike to Donaldson. center field, and nobody's going to get it. Cespedes will score easily, and Donaldson has the A's on the board with the RBI double.
Cespedes hustle infield hit, and Josh Donaldson pitch is supposed to be in, and what a great job of driving the fastball away from him to right center. And talked about aggressiveness, but also hitting the pitch where it's thrown. And he has been doing that in this weekend series. The leg kick, get the foot down, and great follow through on an outside fastball. So he's taking the fastballs to right field, pulling the off-speed pitches. And he went on the internet to figure out which hairstyle he wanted. He got kind of a semi-mohawk.
He's set.
Yeah. Probably before the evening's over, we'll be able to see the look of Josh Donaldson's haircut.
Well, he's hot. Usually you don't change things when you're hot. Donaldson had 7 hits in that Indian series. 1-0 to Norris. He finds one base hit left field. And here comes Willingham's throw. They're going to hold Donaldson. Willingham got it in. It looked like a pretty good throw. So the A's have first and third, 1 out, and a run in.
Well, the ball got to the outfield very quickly, and Josh Donaldson had to make sure the ball was not going to be caught, so he hesitated momentarily, and good third base coach is able to see that. Plus, Willingham charged the ball and throws well. So Mike Gallego wisely holding up Josh Donaldson. And if there's 2 outs, he gets a good break. Probably he's going to be sent, but not with 1 out, especially since he wanted to make sure he was not going to be doubled off.
So here's Adam Rosales. He's looking for more. Rosales 208 with a couple of home runs. Strike down around the knees. Rosales getting the start tonight at shortstop. Very short lead for Norris at first, but we do know Norris has pretty good speed.
A couple of fastballs, one down the middle and the one on the inside corner, and Adam Rosales just hoping for contact here with his speed, trying to avoid being doubled up. And might have thought it was a little bit low, and Venner was calling a high strike. It might have been too close to take.
The 2 pitch to Rosales. He watches that one drop into the dirt. Rosales has good speed, so will help him stay out of the double play.
Anderson, longtime pitching coach for the Twins. For him, with his club having won only 50 games this year.
Rosales a changeup, and he swings and misses. So 82 miles an hour. Sometimes that high changeup looks so good to just take a whack at.
Well, he got a couple of fastballs, and
second baseman, number 19.
he might have recognized what he thought was a fastball because he opened up. Normally, you'd see him going to the opposite field. It's a big run. Now the A's have to get it with 2 outs.
See if Weeks can come through. Slider first strike.
Early in the count, Plouffe at third base, respect to the possibility of a bunt from Jamal Weeks, so he's playing even with the bag. And over the weekend, saw the excellent bunting by Jamal, and maybe that's a scouting report, and that, of course, brings the third baseman in even with the bag, and one of those breaking balls inside, he might be able to pull it past him because he's playing so shallow.
Strike on the outside corner. Well, that's almost automatically, right? If you get a couple bunt hits in the series before, and then the next team comes in. I mean, it's the latest version of the scouting report.
Exactly. Now he moves back. But there were 2 breaking pitches, and that's surprising because those breaking balls coming in to the right hand.
0-2 pitch to Weeks. Bounces one towards second. Carroll has it. Side retired. The A's get on the board, a run on 3 hits. So after 2, it's 4-1.
Baseball Hall and vote for Bill, who broadcast A's games for 25 seasons, to be this year's recipient of the Ford C. Frick Award. The first round of fan voting ends September the 7th, and then on September the 10th, the top 40 broadcasters will advance to a final round of fan consideration. The top 3 fan selections will then be announced as part of the final 10-named ballot that will be named October the 9th. Vote for Bill early and often, and he should, because Holy Toledo should be in the Hall of Fame.
Ryan Doumit leading it off. The Twins scored 2 in the first and 2 in the second. He's answered back with a run of their own in the bottom of the second. Lots of pitches for Brandon McCarthy. That was number 58. 6 hits for the Twins. They've stranded 4 runners in the first 2 innings, so lots of base runners. Fastball, swing and miss, 1-2.
I think that might have been a situation where the umpire's calling a high pitch, so he's trying to swing at it. Doumit likes the low fastball. See a little bit better rhythm now with Brandon McCarthy and Derek Norris, because nobody at second base. You can give one sign. Guy shakes it off, just go faster.
Breaking ball. Doumit lays off to even the count at 2-2.
I think what we're seeing tonight is very patient Minnesota Twins club, because they've been taking some pretty good breaking pitches from Brandon McCarthy, and sometimes a little bit hard to lay off that top of a curveball, especially with 2 strikes.
Trevor Plouffe will be next, and then Jamie Carroll here in the top of the 3rd inning. That one's drilled toward left center field. Coco Crisp on the move, and Coco runs it down. 1 out here in the 3rd. Well, on Sunday, September 2nd, the A's will host their annual Breast Cancer Awareness Day. Field level tickets are available with $5 from each ticket, supporting the American Cancer Society. 10,000 fans will receive an A's pink and white umbrella. The day is presented by Altibates, Comerica Bank, the Bay Area News Group, Good Neighbor Pharmacy, State Roofing Systems, Ross Dress for Less, and Nelson Staffing. For more information, go to oaklandathletics.com/BCA. First pitch to Trevor Plouffe. Swings and misses. Plouffe walked with the bases loaded in the first inning. Took a close pitch. And in the count 0-2. McCarthy desperately needs a quick inning.
And he knows he also wants to be the long man, the starter and the long man. Characteristically throwing a lot of pitches early, and that's the pitch right there, the curveball. That's one of the signature pitches for Brandon McCarthy and always has been. But Twins are either recognizing it or just not swinging at it. 2 strikes, they're not swinging at a pitch that a lot of times we have seen hitters swing at what is considered a bad pitch, but a good one from the pitcher standpoint with double strikes.
Fastball. Plouffe swings and misses. Second strikeout for McCarthy. 2 away here in third.
Change the eyesight. Curveball down, and maybe a little cutter up.
Now batting, number 8, Jamie.
Really spread out wide with this stance, and then the leg kick. That's sometimes a little awkward.
So Jamie Carroll will hit. Carroll fouled out to Weeks down the right field line. That ended the first inning. It came with the bases loaded. Just a touch inside to Carroll. All the way is Carroll. So that was pitch number 70 from McCarthy.
A lot of reasons why starting pitchers in general, want to know who's behind the plate. And Adam Roden makes sure they know who is umpiring each game and have to know the strike zone.
Carter has it, so McCarthy gets a much needed 3 up, 3 down inning. Bottom of the third coming up. Crisp to lead it off. Twins with a 4-1 lead. Leadoff hitters with 5 RBIs in a game in Oakland A's history. Of course, Coco did it yesterday. Ricky Henderson, Ernie Young, Terrence Long, Billy McMillan.
Billy Mack.
I remember Billy McMillan. Billy McMillan. Now, nothing against Billy McMillan, but it's probably a name that you'd have to see on a graphic to go, oh yeah, that's right.
Unless you want to take a look at the A's media guide and go through the kind of the history, and you look at the roster and A through Z, and he was here. That's right. He was. I mean, there's some
McMillan, we're number 13.
You're right.
I think he did, yeah. There's our Billy McMillan knowledge.
That's why Jerry Blevins got the name. In honor of.
Throws high, and Coco safe. Florimon, pretty routine play, but his throw just sailed a little bit, and the A's catch a break. They got a leadoff base run.
Well, you just look at 2 players tonight for the Athletics, and not to say that they all don't do it, but the 2 we've seen, Cespedes and now Coco Crisp. What is a routine ground ball? Just a nice, easy throw, but high, and Coco with his speed and his hustle, he beats it before Joe Morneau, Justin Morneau, could bring the throw down. Just amazing what goes up comes down like that, but you just can't reach down quickly enough to tag the bag. And what a great shot in Exmo with the foot hitting the bag before Morneau came down and tagged the bag.
We'll see if the A's can take advantage of the air by the young shortstop. Here's Johnny Gomes. Gomes struck out swinging in the first inning, one of 2 strikeouts by Dunsing so far.
Johnny had a big 2-run home run against Dunsing also. Remember the slam against Liriano on the Friday night at Target Field, and then came back Sunday with a 2-run shot. I mean, that was the game that Johnny hit second for the first time. He saw the lineup and he told the print media, and he said, well, that means the A's going to be up 2-0 in the first inning. So it was the second, though, not the first. He hit the 2-run home run in the second, not the first. Called his shot just a half inning later.
Strike call.
This was it on a nice Sunday afternoon at Target Field, and fastball in, and the ball was jumping that series.
Yeah, that's yeah.
It was jumping.
9 home runs the A's hit in a huge yard. I mean, huge yard.
It was either jumping on the A's made the park seem small and made sure it jumped. Nice read by Dunsing there with Coco going on first move, but Dunsing saw him through the first, but Coco got back. First move is when the pitcher lifts his foot, and the runner at first base will assume he's going to make the pitch to the plate. So once he lifts his foot, takes off, Coco able to get back quickly enough.
Reddick in the on-deck circle. After Reddick to be Cespedes. They're trying to chip away at this lead. Twins lead. Coco runs. Throw to second base is off the glove, and Coco gets up, and he's going to try for third, and he's going to make it. And the ball is not picked up by Florimon. Now it is. So it's going to be another error on the Twins.
Not a bad throw by Joe Mauer, but it happened to arrive at the same time as Coco Crisp was sliding in at second. Slide step, straight steal all the way, and trying to make the tag with the ball arriving about the same time. Mauer, a strong throw, and it's well, you'd like to see the infielder get to the bag and straddle it versus kind of taking the throw in front of the bag. Another opportunity for the A's. A runner at third. This time nobody out.
So 3 errors in the game. 2 by the Twins, 1 by the Athletics. Gomes popped it up, and that should reach the seats, and it will.
And Johnny Gomes took the 2-1 pitch, which was outside. That allowed Joe Mauer to make a strong throw. Pretty good pitch to steal on.
Coco now 27 steals.
Has Trout been thrown out this year?
Knowing Mike Trout, probably not.
goes as a stolen base E4. Okay. And not E2. So they figured the throw was there and the second baseman should have handled it. It's a tough error on Jody Carroll.
3-2 pitch. This one popped up and it will be playable. Morneau, he's got it, and Coco will stay at third. So Johnny Gomes will be happy with that at bat as he cannot get the run home. 1 out for Reddick.
The infield's back. Johnny just could not put the ball on the ground. Coco remains at third.
To see if Reddick can get it done. The middle infielders are playing back, so anything on the ground, it should be a run for the Athletics.
Yeah, except to the pitcher, all 4 infielders are playing back, so any ground ball contact, Coco will score easily.
Reddick checks his swing, rolls it foul, so 0-1. A's had a first and third 1 out in the second inning with a run already in, and they could not add that second run.
That's a Josh Donaldson new look.
Tight on the sides. Yeah. Sweeping curveball, and it's 1-1. Reddick fouled out to the third baseman Trevor Plouffe in the first inning. Grounded just foul toward Morneau at first. So Dunsing ahead in the count 1-2. So things are happening for Jordan Alberto as well. The beard is not coming off, folks, whether you like it or not. He made that pretty clear early in the year that the beard stays.
When he shaves the side of the head, it really accentuates the upper part of the hair.
Yes, I guess, yeah.
And he posed for that shot, too, I think.
1-2 pitch, grounded toward Morneau. He'll take it himself. It'll get a run home, so Reddick does the job, and it's 4-2.
Boy, that is so big, because at least the A's have cut the lead in half, and thanks to Coco, his speed, E6, and an E4 on a stolen base, he gets to third base where he is able to pretty much walk home. So, Coco speed, or Coco run, I guess, is called the Ricky run, but great to have the speed.
Cespedes used his speed to help the A's get a run in the second inning. Ray, we talked about it in the open of our show. Actually on pregame live, now that I think about it. But we talked about how the A's hit a lot of home runs, but they also have the ability to play a small ball type of game, and we've seen it tonight. I mean, the speed has been the reason the A's have got their first 2 runs.
And we can talk about the home runs all we want, but there's a lot of at-bats, a lot of games in which you have to manufacture runs. And I think the one thing that helps a club playing the way the A's are right now in the small ball, as you mentioned, is if you're fortunate to get to postseason, you're going to face the best teams with the best pitchers, which doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be facing guys that you might hit a lot of home runs. So that's the time when you have to manufacture runs. And if you can get on base, you steal some bases and bunt, do the small things to make things happen with runs, it'll work.
Forabone guns it across.
Heard that time, didn't he?
He did. Side retired. A's get an unearned run, so we're headed to the 4th inning. Twins 4, A's 2. Game win streak with a shutout on September 6th of 2002. How dare he, huh?
Did a TV commercial. They're giving up home runs. But he didn't give in that game. Not the 21st.
Pedro Florimon leading it off.
Brandon McCarthy, 71 pitches through 3 innings.
So 0-2 to Florimon. He had a base hit leading off the second inning and scored. Revere to follow, and then Mastroianni. And there's a shot to right, base hit. Reddick gets it back in quickly, and an 0-2 pitch. The 9th place hitter has a leadoff single.
Scouting report is out again on Josh Reddick, because with the speed of Florimon, you figure he's going for 2. Curveball, and a lot of curveballs been thrown by Brandon McCarthy. This one knocked down lower, that he could get a swing and a miss instead of a base hit. But I thought he would try for 2, and Josh Reddick would have a chance to try to throw him out, and probably would have with that throw. Right on the money again. So as Josh told us, he's a little bit disappointed that guys aren't running on him, but you'd rather have the reputation of guys not running instead of running all over the place.
Top of the order, and Ben Revere. Florimon stole the base in the second inning. A couple of steals in that inning for the Twins. Twins are 8th in the league in runs scored this year. They're 12th in home runs hit. They're 4th in stolen bases. That one right up the middle into center field, a base hit. Florimon takes the turn, stops at second, so the Twins are in business here in the 4th inning with back-to-back singles.
See Bob Melvin pacing a little bit. Another solid base hit right over the pitcher's mound, and call has gone to the bullpen for somebody to get loose.
Now batting, number 19,
as Kurt Young on the phone. Travis Blackley, one of the 2 Aussies in the bullpen, will get loose.
And he will do it quickly. So Mastroianni steps in. Would he bunt here?
A's are expecting it. Probably not a bad idea considering who would be coming up following him.
Mastroianni's been big in this game. He's 2 for 2, 2 singles, 2 runs scored, an RBI, and a stolen base.
The only reason he might not, with Donaldson playing at third base in front of the bag, and Rosales trying to hold the runner close at second. Huge gap on the left side of the infield.
So we'll have another meeting on the mound between Norris and McCarthy. Donaldson well in on the grass. Carter on the grass as well. He bunts, and it's a good one. McCarthy picks it up, slips a little bit, then throws to Weeks, and they get the speedy Mastroianni. So a very nice bunt, and the sacrifice is successful. Second and third for Mauer.
Nice play by Brandon McCarthy, also getting off the mound quickly and still knocking some of the dirt, something off his cleats, because he did slip. Fortunately, able to maintain his balance as the right foot slipped, and a nice throw to get the speedy Mastroianni. It was good, though, very good. Either the pitcher or third baseman field the ball. That means they have to go to first. No chance to get the runner at third.
So Joe Mauer steps in with the infield in. McCarthy was able to get Mauer with the runner at third in the infield in the second inning. .351 average with runners in scoring position. You've accomplished something if you get Mauer out twice in these kind of situations. But McCarthy has a chance to do it. Blackley warming up in the bullpen.
And respecting the ability of Joe Mauer to use the whole field, the infield and outfield pretty much playing straight, no shift. Time third base umpire called timeout for some reason. No ball on the outfield grass.
Mike Estabrook. Oh, 0-1 to Mauer. Close pitch. Mauer, one of those guys who's not afraid to hit the ball to left field. Waits a long time.
You also can look at a guy's bat, see how much pine tar is on it, and realize that they don't break a lot.
Yeah, he's not breaking a lot.
Waits so long, which makes it very difficult to pitch to him because he can do so much with the pitches by waiting as long as he does and take tough pitches like that good curveball from McCarthy.
Well, sometimes, Ray, you see good hitters that do wait a little bit longer. Sometimes they'll get jammed.
Yeah.
And a guy like Mauer, he may foul a lot of balls off down the left field line.
Yep.
But I think fewer times will you swing at bad pitches, right?
Exactly.
If you watch it longer.
Exactly. And if he gets jammed in this situation, might be a base hit because of the way the infield's playing in. But that time he waited a long time and fouled off a fastball, but fouled it back.
So a good battle here. So early in the game, but another important spot. The A's were down 4-0. Now it's 4-2. The Twins trying to get those 2 runs back. Ball loose out in left field. That's the holdup. Hit into right field, and that's a base hit. 1 run scores. They're going to wave home Revere. Reddick's throw to the plate is just a shade up the line. Revere scores, and it's 6-2 Twins. So Mauer comes through this time with a couple of RBIs.
And unfortunately for the A's, he hit it too hard. Fastball right down the middle, belt high. And a very short stride, quick swing, and there's the hole in. Josh Reddick charged it fast, but it was the speed this time of Revere to be able to score easily. Not going to be held at third. That one hurts because the A's had to pull within 2. And that just got it back up to 4.
So here's Willingham. Still only 1 out here. Willingham's done his damage already. RBI double in the first, RBI single in the second, and he has scored a run. Blackley's been warming up for a while now, so he's probably pretty close to being ready.
Remember, he was stretching in the second.
Swing by Willingham. Willingham last year with the Athletics, of course, had a very fine season. 29 home runs, 98 RBIs. The 29 home runs were a career high. Not anymore. This one hit to shallow center. Coco coming in, and it's going to fall, and it's going to bounce past him. Mauer has to stop at second. So Willingham bloops a single. He's 3 for 3. And the inning continues, and Bob Melvin do believe, has seen enough. 10 hits for the Twins in 3 1/3 innings.
Well, Willingham is so powerful, and the outfielders, and Coco has said, and rightfully so, you have a big power hitter swinging, making a big swing like that, you have to assume it's going to be hit much harder than that.
So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and spa experts.
May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
So tough night for Brandon McCarthy.
Number 33, Justin Morneau.
10 hits, 6 earned runs in 3 1/3. There's a couple of runners on that belong to him. So 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning with the Twins leading 6-2. Blackley comes in. He'll face Morneau. Big curveball. Morneau watches it drop down and away.
But when McCarthy had the 1-2-3 third inning, it was going to be a good sign for him for a couple of more innings. Instead, he has to turn it over to Travis Blackley. See the total games. He has started 11 for the Athletics. First was against these Twins on the Memorial Day weekend. 5 innings. Very good pitching.
That was the start where he was going to make 1, and that was probably going to be it. And he pitched. He pitched extremely well, and then he got another one and another one. Now he's the long man for the A's in the bullpen.
But that was in the midst of the 9-game losing streak for the Athletics when they were swept by the Twins and on to Kansas City, where they finally won a game after 9 losses. If you look, June the 10th, the A's are 9 under 500, and this is the 20th of August, 2 months plus 10. And 10 games over, starting play tonight. Major swing in the positive direction for the Athletics.
If the A's, they can come back and win this game, they would be 11 games over. For the first time this year, they have not been able to get to 11 games over. Weeks to his left. He's going to go to second and get the out there. Back to first. Not quite in time. Morneau beat it out. So first and third, 2 outs now for the Twins. And Ryan Doman will hit.
Always a nice play to see a second baseman range as far as Jamal Weeks did. And a quick throw, just looking for the 1 out at second, but the strong arm of Adam Rosales and Morneau, not blessed with a lot of speed, almost able to turn an impossible double play. Almost got him. So Jamal playing the majority of the time at second, but now with a couple of different shortstops. Mostly Pennington, but Rosales playing tonight.
Curve is high to Doman.
Travis Blackley has a very good pickoff move, but in this case, with Justin Morneau at first base, not really a candidate to run a lot, don't have to worry that much about him. Just show him the good move.
This one lifted down the right field line. Long run for Reddick, and he gets there. Side retired. Couple of runs for the Twins on 4 hits. Bottom of the 4th coming up. 6-2 Minnesota. That stopped the A's 20-game win streak with a shutout on September 6th of 2002. It was Brad Radke. Yes, it was a 6-hit shutout, and the Twins won that night 6-0
at the Metrodome.
At the Metrodome.
Yep.
So Radke went the distance. He was pretty good.
Very good slider. Very good control. Of course, during that time, 2002, and then most of the time the Twins pitchers throw strikes. Brad Radke gave up a lot of home runs, but not a lot of runs with runners on base.
Pitch strike to Carter.
It's only the 4th inning. I know it's moving along quickly, but a lot of scoring, and it's just the 4th, so a lot of opportunities left for the Athletics.
1-1 to Chris Carter, who hit a fly ball to left field in the 2nd inning. A's have 3 hits. Twins have helped out with a couple of errors. The 1-2 to Carter, hitting .279 now with his at-bat tonight. Pitch number 53 from Brian Dunston. Slider, got it. But Carter,
that's the extreme strike zone there. One below the knees, one above the letters.
The 3rd strikeout. And here's our Subway Eat Fresh ask a great question. Reggie from Fresno asks, where do the A's hitters get take or hit signals from? The manager or other members of the coaching staff?
What's it take? It don't take a lot. Everything comes from the manager. Manager makes the calls, and he relays the signs to Mike Gallego, third base coach, and Mike Gallego, well, I guess Bob Melvin gives the signs to Mike Gallego, then he passes them on to the hitter. But you don't see it take a lot. 3-0 is the one pitch or one count, which a hitter takes a lot. I don't know if I've ever seen a hit sign. It's
always there. It's always on. The hit sign is
it's always on. Yeah, it's.
But take sign occasion.
You see some third base coaches, they'll put the hand down, like get one right there and let it go.
But as far as base runners go, wouldn't you agree that most of the top base or the guys who are decent base stealers are probably on their own?
Right. Green light. Green light, which means they can go when they think they can get a good enough jump to run, steal a base.
1-2 pitch, and Donaldson swings and misses.
And that's what you don't want to see. Dunsing throwing the curveballs in the dirt and getting a swing and miss. Also got a fastball his first at bat, drove it to right center for a run scoring double. This time it's a little bit too anxious on the curveball in the dirt.
So 4 strikeouts now for Dunsing.
Those base runners who have the green light running at will pretty much when they can steal a base, they occasionally will get a stop sign or a don't run sign. And the manager feels like they don't want to take a chance of getting a guy thrown out.
So Mike Gallego may go through a whole bunch of signs, but the percentage of those signs actually meaning something, probably pretty low.
Yeah, that's. And there's no reason, just like now, there's no reason to give a sign. 2 strikes on the hitter. What can he look for? And so he'll just get in the batter's box and try to get something started with 2 strikes and 2 outs.
Norris had a base hit in the 2nd inning. Off-speed pitch that Dunsing tries to catch the outside corner with, and tonight he's gotten that pitch called the strike a fair amount of the time. Setting up inside, and it's too far in. So 2-2 to Norris. Dunsing has retired 5 in a row after Coco Crisp got on that air, and then he ended up scoring on a ground. Just past Jamie Carroll. So Carroll thought he maybe had a shot at it, but Norris gets a base hit. Derek Norris is 2 for 2.
A little bit towards the end of the bat, but the power, the strength of Derek Norris able to get it past Jamie Carroll. But you're right, looks like the ball might slice back into the glove of Carroll. You can hear the crack of the bat. But the power by Derek Norris to extend and not try to pull the ball, instead take it back up the middle. Norris yesterday had a very tough day, 0 for 3 in a walk, including a double play ground out. He hit the ball very hard, but as he was reminded tonight, he caught a shutout. That's as important as anything you would do at the plate. Let everybody else do that, which Coco Crisp pretty much took care of that by himself. But Derek Parker telling us on post game how he and Derek Norris were on the same page, working well together. See, there's the hit sign.
Yeah.
Oh, you got that's the hit sign. That's it. Hands together. That means that Adam Rosales is not getting a take sign instead of. That's great. That's couldn't have asked for a better sign.
Right. Bump your hands together.
That's
Here we go.
That's a hit. Now we'll see what it does. He may put his finger up, just one finger up. Yep. Let's see the left finger, index finger. That's one. That means take. There you go. So there are your signs. Reggie got them all right there. The hit sign, the take sign. One finger and fist together.
So you may say, well, if you just hold up one, the other dugout sees it. Well, you're not really trying to fool anybody on a 3-0.
Right. It's kind of universal.
Yeah. You're probably going to be taken.
And the type of hitter and the situation. The A's trying to do something with 2 outs.
flare, right field, and that's going to drop fair. Norris digging for third. A little two-out rally by the Athletics.
Then a look to left and hit to right by Adam Rosales. And a good job. Chip Hale and the skipper, Bob Millman, look at the lineup card, but Adam Rosales, that's a fastball inside, might have broken his bat as well, but Derek Norris, the two-strike up the middle, and a 3-1 count for Adam Rosales. His results in a base hit.
So 5 hits now for the Athletics.
Going back to those signs, in the situation, 2 quick outs by Dunsing. Norris gets a base hit, 3-0. You want to try to keep the inning going if the pitcher's struggling, 3-0, and you swing 3-0, might swing at a bad pitch, might help him get out of the inning, so forces him to throw back-to-back strikes. And now it's first and third and 2 outs. He's trying to get another 2-out hit.
First pitch to Weeks is just a little bit low. Weeks grounded to second in the second inning. There's that breaking ball outside corner.
First at bat, back-to-back sliders. On the outside, and for strikes, then a fastball that hits the second base. So 70 pitches now for this left-hander in the 4th inning.
Weeks watches the changeup drop down and away. So 2-1. .71 pitches for Dunsing, so he has thrown a lot of pitches. Three and 1. On deck is Poco Crisp.
Jerry White sitting next to Ron Gardenhire. Of course, Jerry, a Bay Area product, and trying to see what they can do. The A's trying to keep it going.
Salas dancing around at first, and makes a big swing, fouled it back. So now the count will be full, and Rosales will take off.
Pretty good pitch to hit. Forced him to throw a strike. 3-1. Jemile, like he wanted to make it a 1-run game.
I think he did.
Yep. Now make it a 3-run game by a base hit to right field or a base hit someplace. Arno will play behind Rosales, which helps because the outfield playing very shallow, especially in center and right.
Salas runs, and Weeks hits one hard toward Carroll, who backhands, gets up, throws to first in time, and a very nice play by Jamie Carroll to keep the A's off the board. Couple of hits, couple of runners stranded. 6-2 Twins after 4. The Petaluma Little Leaguers, this, folks, is a walk-off home run.
And a green and gold. That was the 8th inning.
That is awesome. Bottom of the 8th. And as Dennis Eckersley would say, that's a walk-off piece.
Johnny Gomes and Diamond Vision, they did What Do You Want to See? You know, as they do in the top of the 5th inning. And how about a Little League World Series highlight? And it wasn't that.
Yeah, they probably rolled the wrong tape.
Yeah, well, this. I hope they're building up for a little bit later in the game when the A's make their comeback. I hope so, because they showed Mexico beating Taipei. I think the Petaluma game was the great one.
Rosales dives, gets up, throws, got him! Wow.
Kloof said why, and what a great play by Adam Rosales. Diving to his right, outfield grass, and what a strong arm to get Kloof. Let it go, big boy. Nice stretch, bang, bang, and it's Dan Bellino making the call on a tremendous play. And that's bang, bang, and it goes to the great play by Adam Rosales.
So here's Jamie Carroll. It was a bang, bang play. Let's see.
We're going to show it in Exmo. Oh, see the grass flying in Exmo? Watch the throw. Maybe 3 pitches later by the time, because this is such a great Exmo and stretch. He's got to get another play before this one's over.
That one's routine. He was out both times. But so we showed the Petaluma, right?
Yeah,
so the A's are all watching it in the clubhouse.
Oh, yes.
So finish the story, Ray.
Well, Brandon Inge, he said, I need some more whipped cream. And he's stirring his coffee. And I said, why do you want to put whipped cream? He said, because this guy hits a walk-off, I'm going to get a pie for Johnny Gomes. And sure enough, walk-off home run. And Johnny's standing up on one of the chairs cheering. Everybody's cheering. And here comes Brandon Inge around the side. Bam, right in the face.
You have to do that.
And Johnny loved it.
So it was very exciting. Guys in the clubhouse loved it. So congratulations to the Petaluma Little Leaguers. That was an elimination game. You lose that, you're done, as they've already lost one. So they stay alive.
Yes, they do. And the entire it couldn't have worked more perfectly before batting practice at the stretch. Everybody in the clubhouse in the alternate code. Well, they knew they were going to be wearing those tonight as they watched the Petaluma National Little Leaguers with a walk-off.
So they will play tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So we wish them good luck. They've been a terrific story.
Yes,
Hope they can keep it rolling. One and 2 to Flormont, who takes Winnie inside.
I'm sure Diamond Vision's going to show that
before
the end of this game is over. Maybe by the 6th inning.
Two and 2 to Flormont. 2 singles, 2 runs scored. So this young man has been tough on the A's tonight. A wild game in Chicago just went final. The White Sox beat the Yankees 9-6. That was kind of a back and forth. Very entertaining game, but the White Sox win it. And a 2-out walk to Flormont. So he's been on base 3 times.
I think Travis Blackley tried to get Flormont to swing at a pitch close, because last time he had to run a first base was Justin Morneau. No chance to pick him off. He's got a chance to pick this guy off, because he's there to try to steal second, try to get the score position for Ben Revere. See if Blackley can give him his good move.
Flormont was leaning back toward first, so at least he's read the scouting report. We know that for sure. Revere had a single and a run scored in that 4th inning. Now 2-0. Indians are leading the Mariners 3-2 in the 6th inning. Cleveland trying to slow down the red-hot Mariners. Mariners have won 5 in a row and 7 out of 8. So they're 6 games under 500, right? So they've made a nice little comeback to try to get themselves to the 500 mark. Now at least they got a shot at it.
That's right. And regardless of what happens tonight, they've got their stopper on the mound tomorrow night. King Felix.
Big bouncer. Carter have to turn around, hustle back, and he gets there in time. Side retired. A runner left. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. We'll have the top of the order coming up. 6-2 Twins. Of Sonoma returns this weekend, August 24th through the 26th. Tickets, call 1-800-870-RACE. So that's coming up this weekend. It's a big weekend of racing. It's getting chilly out, folks. Get the blankets out.
They watched Ken Korach yesterday. That was, they knew he had the blanket. They brought theirs out today. Very nice.
Ken Korach fan club. Ken likes blankets. Those fans like blankets. The only difference yesterday was about 75 degrees. Right now, it's probably low 50s. But when a man needs his blanket, a man needs his blanket. More Korach fans. Dunsing throws to first to get Coco Crisp.
Boy, he was robbed, and might have hurt Dunsing. He had 3 people coming out of the pitching coach, manager, and trainer all coming out to check their left-hander.
I think a line drive, huh?
Yeah. Well, wherever it hit, it stopped it quickly because a lot of times it caroms towards an infielder, but it hit him and stopped.
No, it was on the ground.
On the ground, and then right off the top of the shin of his right leg. Watch the follow through. Right leg, and that's why it stopped right there in the tracks.
So he's going to catch his breath a little bit.
He says, let's see, I'm 2 outs away of qualifying for a win. I think it's probably the adrenaline's going to keep it going through this inning. Now we just hope it's okay because that was a shot. Anytime it's flush like that, and then the shin.
Designated hitter, number 31.
Rick Anderson, pitching coach, and on guard now we get somebody loose in the bullpen just in case. It's really, as we saw with Brandon Inge in Chicago, the adrenaline is amazing what happens as he
For a while,
dislocated
anyways, right?
his right shoulder and is able to stay in the game, turn a double play, get a base hit, and then goes on the disabled list.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. And tolerance of pain. Of course, he was a catcher. It's not surprising that he able to take some of the things that he does and plays.
Breaking ball for a strike. So 0-2 to Johnny Gomes, who has struck out and fouled out. Gomes swings and misses at that slow breaking ball. So that is strikeout number 5 for Duensing.
If you aren't an A's season ticket holder, you can still get 2012 postseason rights. Just place a deposit on a 2013 A's ticket plan. For more information, call 510-638-GO-A's or go to oaklandathletics.com/deposit. The blankets, the hoods, the elephant. I haven't seen an elephant hat. Is that new?
Maybe.
The Stomper hat.
It has gotten cooler though the last couple innings. Oh, 0-2 to Reddick. Reddick turns around, walks away, dragging the bat. As that pitch looks like it was outside. Larry Vanover has had a pitcher's strike zone tonight. Poke toward left center, but Willingham's going to get over there, and he's got it. So a 3-up, 3-down inning for Duensing, and we're headed to the 6th. It's 6-2 Minnesota.
A school supply drive at every Friday home game this season, teaming up to make a difference.
Top of the 6th inning, the Twins come to bat with a 6-2 lead. Blackley took over for McCarthy with 1 out in the 4th inning. Got out of that inning. Gave up a 2-out walk in the 5th, and he's back out there for the 6th. Mastroianni, Mauer, and Willingham, 2, 3, and 4. This one's driven toward Coco Crisp in center. Coco's under it. He's got it. So 1 away, and now Blackley will head into the heart of the order with Mauer.
Now batting, Number 7, Joe.
Where the A's have played, the A's have been playing very good baseball. 4 in a row. Sweep of the Indians over the weekend, and just get the feeling that even down by 4 runs, plenty of time left to try to get a win and to figure out a way to do it. It's a lot of confidence the guys have to be able to think that way in the dugout in all the games. It's not always going to come out in the A's favor, but a lot of times they have.
0-1 the count to Mauer, who's 2 for 3 with one of those singles knocking in a pair of runs. So Mauer now with 63 RBIs. Highest batting average among active players. Mauer second to Albert Pujols.
Ichiro Suzuki hitting 2 home runs yesterday. Yankee Stadium. Some talk that maybe he would become more of a home run hitter because of the short right field porch. And he has the capability of doing it, just like Joe Mauer, very capable of hitting a line drive the opposite field, but happened to be right at Adam Rosales. Played it perfectly.
Now batting, number 16, Josh Willingham.
So Willingham will hit. A's continue to have a tough time getting Willingham out. He's 3 for 3. 2 singles, a double, and 2 RBIs. 12 for 25 against the Athletics this year. Change up there. Willingham now with 91 RBIs. Field shifted quite a bit with Weeks playing right near second base. Outfield shifted over a little bit as well toward left center. But Willingham's one of those guys. It really does not matter what ballpark he plays in. He plays in the big one, obviously. This ballpark can play big at times. The real good power hitters, I don't really think it matters where they play.
Absolutely.
Outside corner. 3-2 to Willingham. In 2010, he was banged up a little bit. 29 last year, 31 this year. Driven to right field. Reddick gets back, turns around, grabs it side retired. Blackley with a 3-up, 3-down inning. We are headed to the bottom of the 6th. Twins still leading 6-2. Game is brought to you by Frostbrewed Coors Light. It's the world's most refreshing beer. Chilly night at the ballpark. Twins with a 6-2 lead, bottom of the 6th inning. Cespedes, Carter, and Donaldson try to get things going. Brian Duensing has weaved his way in and out of trouble tonight when he has encountered trouble. He had a 3-up, 3-down inning in the 5th. Cespedes 1 for 2 with a single. Scored in the 2nd, then grounded to short in the 3rd. His single was an infield hit. That game in the National League that we mentioned, the Braves and the Nationals, big tilt in the National League East, they're still playing. It's 4-4 in the 12th inning. Inside to Cespedes, 2-1 count.
It's good to see Duensing back on the mound after taking the line drive last inning off the bat of Coco Crisp. That was on his right shin.
Cespedes checks his swing and he goes around, says Bellino. So 2-2 the count. And I think he did.
Yeah, it's just enough of the bat head going through the zone to be called a strike.
Forces Cespedes to dance a little bit. Highest batting average in the 2nd half in the American League. Cespedes first.
Keep saying Derek Jeter is finished. I don't think so. Torii Hunter. Both veterans playing very well.
Driven to center. Ben Revere's back. He's got it. And that's out number 1. See what Derek Jeter did tonight, Ray?
Probably something special.
Well, he moved up the list. He was 4 for 5. So he now has 3,255 hits. He passed Knapp Lajoie for 11th on the all-time hit list. In fact, he's tied with Eddie Murray, so one more hit and he's going to move up again. So he's going to be in the top 10.
And if he really wants to play a long time, which it seems like he never wants to retire, he might be the new hit king.
Maybe. So 0-1 to Carter. It's a shot foul. Carter has hit a fly ball to left field and struck out. Look at 5 strikeouts for Duensing. Casey Fine starts to warm up.
He followed Duensing in the game in Minneapolis when Duensing just went 2 innings. They used a whole bunch of relievers the game.
0-2 pitch, a big breaking ball, and Carter strikes out. He heads back to the dugout. Second time he has K'd tonight.
Well, they're just not picking up the curveball, and we saw with Brandon McCarthy, the pitch was called a ball because it was too low, but Donaldson and now Carter both swinging at the pitch. It's out of the strike zone. That looks like Jordan Alberto's haircut almost, you know. Kind of sticking up on top of his. Might have the beard of Jordan. That's pretty fun. Well, they serve ice cream sundaes in it. Remember some of the helmet sundaes?
Maybe they had that earlier today. Donaldson swinging a miss at a changeup. 0-2. Donaldson had an RBI double, hit a shot to the gap in right center. That was in the 2nd inning. pitch. There's that breaking ball, but it's in the dirt. Mauer digs it out. He's just looking for a bunch of base runners, even with 2 outs. Fastball high. 95 pitches for Duensing, so this has a fairly decent chance of being his last inning.
Now the 4th inning, a couple of strikeouts and then back-to-back hits, but so hard to get a lot of 2-out hits. We've seen the A's do it a few times this year.
That one drilled down the left field line, but foul into the second deck. Donaldson got out ahead of that one and hooked it.
So good. Kansas City hit a home run on an off-speed pitch down and in when he was looking fastball. Made the adjustment on the off-speed pitch and hit the home run. Stayed fair in Kansas City. This one just pulled foul too much.
Takes that one low. 3-2. Yeah, this went down and hit this like a 2-iron.
Dropped the head of the bat and going around the foul pole. Very deep.
So full count to Donaldson. Good swing there. Fouled it straight back. Pitch out over the plate.
Pulled the string, threw a changeup at 84. Fortunately, Donaldson got a little bit of wood on it.
So Donaldson put together a pretty good at bat here against the left-hander. And he ends up getting the walk. So Duensing, frustrated with himself, gives up the 2-out walk. So that is
now
the first
catcher,
walk
number
issued
36,
by the left-hander. He has struck out 6.
Norris.
So Norris will hit, try to keep the line moving here. Got a couple of singles tonight. First pitch is in there. First strike. Duensing. First pitch fastball, 90 miles an hour. Got 100. Only the 4th was the fairly high pitch count at 25. Right field, and that will be foul. Just by a couple of feet. So the count 0-2.
Well, they tried to serve it down the right field line, but just foul. And Mastriani must not have realized it was foul. He kept running after it and then overran it. Josh Donaldson was already to third.
So 0-2 to Norris. Breaking ball. Strike 3 call. Strikeout number 7 for Duensing. So we are through 6 at the Coliseum. Twins lead 6-2. State 10 years ago, the A's historic 20-game win streak hit number 7. Jermaine Dye, home run in Cleveland. This is the famous wipeout. Oh, ouch. A's won that game 6-3 behind Aaron Harang. Harang now a Dodger.
It wasn't fair. That guy takes a header and somebody gets it.
For Minnesota, number 33, Justin Morneau.
So Morneau to lead it off here for the Twins. Against Blackley, Morneau, Doumit, and Plouffe. First pitch, bounce to Carter. So, Ray, we have a breaking news story here. Just got a report that the Oakland A's have acquired shortstop Stephen Drew from the Arizona Diamondbacks for minor league shortstop Sean Jamison.
Now batting, number 18,
just handed us that.
Ryan Doumit.
That's breaking news.
Stephen Drew, the shortstop, pretty good shortstop for the Arizona Diamondbacks, has been traded to the Oakland Athletics.
See, he'd been hurt for a while.
Well, I remember he slid and tore up his ankle real bad last year, and he missed the end of last year and beginning of this year. He is playing now. Diamondbacks still kind of hanging around in that race. Lost tonight.
Lilliquist playing on a shortstop, or was when we were down there anyway. So
because Drew wasn't there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's big news, folks. So we were told that. So Stephen Drew is an Athletic. How about that?
Yeah. His name has been bandied around quite a bit.
Yeah.
Especially the A's seemed to be, at least there was a lot of talk the A's going to be looking shortstop, but people were speculating that maybe Drew would be available. Also got a little heated match with ownership because he wasn't playing and took a little bit extra time, but it's kind of hard to judge whether a player is ready or not if he doesn't feel he's ready. So that
he's ready.
Place, he's ready.
I think he's ready.
He's here.
He's ready to become an Athletic. So big news. We're just kind of digesting that.
Sure, Skipper Bob Melvin, familiar with him because of his time in Arizona as a manager.
2-2 to Doumit. He fouls it off his leg. So we'll get any more information on the trade, we certainly will pass it down, but that's what we have for you. Trevor Plouffe in the on-deck circle. Donaldson charges, handles that short hop, fires it across, and that's out number 2.
Excellent play because Josh Donaldson, if he stays back, even though he has a very strong arm, might have been difficult to throw out Doumit. As he got out of the box very quickly. So Donaldson charging, watching the ball right into his glove, and at that point, easy out with his arm to be able to get Doumit by plenty. Got to know when to back up, maybe when to charge. And that time, Donaldson played it perfectly.
So 2 outs for Plouffe. 6 in a row retired by Blackley, so he's doing his job as the long reliever. Plouffe 0 for 2 with a walk. That walk came with the bases loaded. Good changeup by Blackley.
So Plouffe, a bases loaded walk, a strikeout, robbed of a base hit by the dive of Adam Rosales in the outfield grass. Now his 4th at bat.
Good pitch there, a fastball right on the inside corner. Breaking ball. Kluth does not chase that one. It is Casey Fine out there throwing. And the way he's throwing, he's coming in. That's what it looks like.
Well, the pitch count plus that shot off for the right shin. Dunsing might be affect him a little bit. Does leave at this point. It's going to be with a 6-2 lead. Right now, the Joe Mauer base hit, a couple of runners on, is huge.
That one line down the left field line, headed for the corner, and foul.
Wow.
Usually balls hit on a line like that don't hook, and I don't know how much that one hooked, but
well, enough that Mike Estabrook turned around and saw the ball go in front of the foul pole. Watched it disappear. Or you can see it not disappear, sorry, but it was right in front of the pole, and there it's fair. It's fairer than it's foul.
Boy,
if
that
it
was close.
If it disappears, then it's a home run. But stayed visible. That's what Estabrook, the third base umpire, and he did a good job because all he did was simply turn around, didn't move, just turned around and looked down the foul line. It's hot off the press. Wow, is that hot?
That's right. Press release is out. A's acquires Stephen Drew from the Diamondbacks. Slowly hit to Donaldson. Waits for the good hop. Throws a bit hot. Carter has it. Side retired. So Blackley, 7 in a row. The lefty has retired, and the 7th inning stretch has arrived. Twins leading 6-2. That is the news of the day. Stephen Drew, an Athletic. In fact, they just announced it to the crowd over the scoreboard. So 6-2, Twins leading. So the A's still got 3 shots, and they'll have to do it against the bullpen. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. So Casey Fine comes in. Pretty good numbers. 18th appearance, 1.47 is the ERA for the right-hander. So Dunsing, 6 innings, and he leaves with the lead. Rosales loops one. Shallow center. Getting out there is the shortstop, Hormone, and he has it. So Rosales is retired. The 1 pitch, 1 out. Casey Fiend. I've been pronouncing his name wrong. I apologize for that. Casey Fiend.
Now batting, second baseman, number 19.
So Fiend throws one pitch, gets one out, and here's Weeks. First pitch to Weeks is just a bit outside. Weeks has grounded out twice tonight. He's 0 for 2, both times to second base. Now 2-0. Fiend made his Twins debut on the 8th of July down in Texas. He was brought up on the 4th of July. Six innings, 5 hits, a couple of runs, 1 earned. 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, so a decent performance by Brian Duensing. Twins pitching has really struggled this year. Well, they'll look for any kind of good outing, and Duensing gave it to them tonight. Twins have the worst ERA in the American League at 4.83. And that is a strike. 3-2.
And Jamal could just stand there and say nice pitch, because that was perfectly thrown, and Skipper thought it was outside. Maurer set up outside corner, and that shot might have brought it back. Height was there.
This one's lifted left field, foul territory. Willingham runs it down, and that is out number 2. That'll be a little bit of a frustrating at bat for Weeks. I think he felt like he was going to be on base with 1 out, and instead it's 2 outs, nobody on. So top of the order in Coco Crisp. These have not had a hit since the 4th inning. They scored their runs in the 2nd and 3rd. He drops a little breaking ball in their first drive. Coco is 0 for 3, but he reached on an error in 3rd, stole the base, and ended up scoring a run in that 3rd inning. More action for Willingham. He's got it, and Casey Fiend out of the bullpen has a 3-up, 3-down 7th inning. So we're headed to the 8th, still 6-2 in Minnesota.
Jamie Carroll.
Well, if you're just joining us, that is the trade, folks. The A's have just acquired Stephen Drew, the shortstop from the Arizona Diamondbacks, for a minor leaguer, Sean Jameson. So Drew, 29 years old. Career numbers, 266 career average. Just getting back playing this year after what was kind of a brutal ankle leg injury last year. This year he appeared in 40 games. He was hitting 193 with a couple of home runs. But he's been a pretty good shortstop for quite a while with the Diamondbacks and still only 29 years old. So again, it proves that trades can happen after the after the July 31st trade deadline. It just happened. So the A's with the new shortstop.
If the players take it personally about being put on waivers, there's a lot of players taking it personally, because I don't know anybody that's not put on waivers after the trading deadline, and it's simply to see if somebody's going to claim them, somebody's interested. Okay, you know, that news for the A's, but the news about Roger Clemens signing with an independent team, the Atlantic Professional League, and he's pitching, and the team is managed by former Astros hitting coach Gary Gaetti, formerly of the Minnesota Twins, and the possibility of Roger Clemens joining the Astros in September. Now, he's eligible for the Hall of Fame next year. You know what that means? He has to wait 5 more years. You have to be retired 5 years, 5 seasons. Now, I think from Major League Baseball, I don't think minor league, because Ricky kept playing minor league baseball, I think. You know, so it's after 5 years of Major League Baseball. But if Clemens goes back and he's the Major Leagues, then he has to wait another 5. Which, coincidentally, after everything that's happened in the last few years, his first year of eligibility, and then if he plays the Major Leagues, he's not.
I can tell you what I really think about him trying to come back, but I don't think anybody really wants to.
Well, I know, but I mean, but just the fact that he's doing it, why? And you know, but I can understand it's tough for some guys to get it out of their system, but he's 354 wins, and so we will see if he's throwing well enough to. I mean, it's not like the Astros. Sure, Tony DeFrancesco would say, we interim manager trying to win and keep my job. Well, I wish Tony the best. Ty Van Berkeley is new hitting coach. He is there on an interim basis. Tony is taking over for Brad Mills. Never like to see a manager fired, but that was the case, and Tony D took over in the interim. He was in the system.
Swing by the leadoff man, Ben Revere.
Brandon McCarthy had never thought he would go just 3 1/3 tonight, but Travis Blackley, talk about saving a bullpen. He has pitched very effectively. He is not allowed to run, pitching in his 4th inning.
Ain't that the truth? Whatever the final score is, Blackley is your MVP tonight, man. That one rolled into right field, a base hit. Florimon, no hesitation, very fast, flies around to third. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. We did not know a whole lot about Pedro Florimon.
Now batting.
I now know he's very fast.
Fits in perfectly with the speed of the Twins, and talked about Coco Crisp and Jamal Weeks, the speedsters, trying to get on base for the middle part of the batting order, and Florimon hitting 9th, as is Jamal Weeks for the A's, and with Revere, a couple of hits driving him to 3rd base, which he did back in the 4th inning. And then similar situation, the A's looking for 2.
So here's Mastroianni. He's 2 for 3. A couple of big hits early in this game. There's that good curveball from Blackley in for a strike. was pitch number 55 for Blackley.
Well, the move by Travis Blackley definitely keeping Revere close to first. He does not want to get picked off. The move by Blackley, scouting reports of all teams.
Fly ball right field. Florimon tagging up. Reddick has it. Reddick, throw to the plate. It's there, but a shade late as Florimon slides in. And it's 7-2 Twins. So Mastriani drives in his second run. This one with a sacrifice fly.
Definitely just showed the strength and the accuracy of Josh Reddick's arm in right field. Anybody else with less speed, and Reddick throws him out. This throw right over the top, perfectly thrown. One hop to Derek Norris. Unfortunately, the speed of the runner, and there's just no chance. I mean, that's not anything against Josh Reddick. He did everything possible, but Florimon just too fast. Smile from Mastriani. He said, thanks for the speed.
Yep. Average runner, you got to play at the plate.
Right.
The Nationals won that game over the Braves in the bottom of the 13th inning, 5-4. Dan Uggla for the Braves made a fielding error, allowed the winning run to score. So the Nationals now have a 6-game lead in the East. Nationals with the best record in baseball. The Braves still have hold of the #1 wild card spot in the National League.
Well, congratulations to Gio Gonzalez, a former Athletic, 16-game winner for the Nationals. As his catcher, Kurt Suzuki, of course, traded to the Nationals a couple of weeks ago.
There's a strike to Joe Mauer. A lot of news coming out of the Red Sox today, as always. Kyle Crawford's going to have Tommy John surgery on his elbow on Thursday, so the frustrations for Kyle Crawford in a Red Sox uniform continue. And they fired their pitching coach, Bob McClure. So it's Bob McClure's fault.
Exactly.
Last year was Kurt Young's fault.
And Terry Francona.
Exactly. Randy Neiman, who is the assistant pitching coach for the team, takes over the head job. So Bob McClure, less than a year. The Red Sox pitching coach is gone.
Well, there was some battles there between the manager and the pitching coach that were pretty obvious and pretty vocal.
Runner's going, and it's line to left, a base hit. Ben Revere was on the move. He'll stop at second. Don't you think, Ray, of all the coaches that there are in a major league staff,
now batting,
I would think the manager would want his own pitching coach.
That's right.
Would you agree with that?
I agree.
And when I say his own, I mean he would like to make the choice of a pitching coach. And I don't think that was the case in Boston.
Well, Bob McClure, a great pitching coach in Kansas City, left to go to the Red Sox. And that's just reading some of the things that were going on between manager and pitching coach. And when a team is supposed to win, and a high payroll with high-priced pitchers, it's not the pitching coach's problem or his fault.
Red Sox are not playing today. They will host the Angels, so that's a big series. The Angels at Boston starting tomorrow night. The Red Sox with a 59-63 record. Oh, 0-1 to Willingham. 3 for 4. Swings at that curveball, and it's 0-2. Willingham with a couple of RBIs.
Good hook from Blackley and took it off the pitch.
Called on the inside corner, so Willingham, like he knew it. So another run for the Twins. They lead 7-2 after 7.5. by your local Toyota dealer. 7-13-2 for the Twins. 2-5-1 for the Athletics. Twins scored early, and they have been able to hang on. Hayes made a little push, but another run in the 8th inning by the Twins. Dunsing goes 6 innings. Brandon McCarthy, very tough start. 6 earned runs in 10 hits, 3 1/3 innings. So he is out of the game early.
Leading off the bottom of the 8th inning for the Athletics, designated hitter, number 31.
So Johnny Gomes to lead it off.
Johnny Gomes.
Gomes, Reddick, and Cespedes against Fiend. A tough night for Johnny Gomes. Couple of strikeouts and a pop out. A's have had 1 base runner in the last 3 innings. That was the Donaldson walk. I don't think the A's are completely happy with the strike zone tonight.
But it has gone up and down and side to side. And Bob Melvin on Jamal Weeks last inning on a 3-1. Thought it was outside. I think it was correct.
So all of a sudden you start swinging a little more aggressively at pitches that
you normally would take.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, now you're out of your game plan a little bit. Snowballs.
Now on the left pitch yesterday, 8 innings of shutout baseball. The guy on your right, Brett Anderson, will make his 2012 debut for the Athletics, coming off surgery himself about a year ago, year plus.
Well, so you think I've got some butterflies, but then you think Brett Anderson's pretty mellow about everything.
Yeah, the only difference for him is lost a lot of weight.
Yes,
That's great.
He looks terrific.
Really worked hard during the time off. I wish Dallas Braden the best, and not heard that much about him since he had his exploratory surgery.
No, it's been no fun for Dallas Braden the last year, unfortunately. Too bad. The guy's been such a big part of everything, and then there's a knuckleball diving by Flournoy. He had all he could do to hang on to that one, but it's an out. Here's our Chevron pitching matchup for tomorrow's game against the Twins. Cole DeFries. A's have seen him a couple times against Brett Anderson. Cole DeFries, a young right-hander.
Now batting left fielder,
back to the mound, and we're excited to see him. There's Cole DeFries.
He's a local Twin.
Yeah.
That's in the area. Twin Cities.
First pitch to Reddick is up and away. Reddick is 0 for 3. He had an RBI ground out. That was back in the 3rd inning, picking up his 62nd RBI. Good swing there by Reddick.
Left shoulder of the All-Star Joe Mauer on that foul ball. Padding on both shoulders, which is always good, but check the left shoulder. And mask, so it's got a little bit of everything.
So it's got to hit the shoulder and the mask, right? Of course. Casey Fiend has retired all 4 hitters that he has faced. Goes with a breaking ball and a pretty good one.
Amazing. You look at the scouting report, which all clubs have scouting reports. They go back to games that pitchers have pitched against them, and coming into the game and what the A's did against the Twins at Target Field right after the All-Star break, sweeping the Twins, bouncing one of those pitchers, and a complete different pitcher than what he was in that series finale when it went just 2 innings. He gave up 3 home runs. Actually 3 in 1 inning. 3 in the second inning. He was down 6-2 after 6-1 in the bottom of the second. But tonight, his club gave him some early run support, and he's taking advantage of it.
And a 2-2 pitch, a fastball. Reddick strikes out, so he's 0 for 4. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Just challenged with the fastball. A good backdoor slider with the second strike. But that fastball, Josh Reddick had everything working, but no contact. Just a little frustrated.
Josh has seen his average slip under the 250 mark with his 0 for 4 tonight. Here's Cespedes. 1 for 3. First strike from Casey Fiend. Wonder if it affects a hitter that your first 3 at bats against a left-handed pitcher, and then your 4th at bat, all of a sudden, it's a right-hander.
The only difference that we've seen it tonight with Dunsing, his breaking ball coming into the right-handers. Now, this righty, everything going away from the right-handers. That's your biggest difference. That first starts at the right-hander, and I think the infielders on the left side of the infield don't have maybe as much action with a right-hander as they maybe did with Dunsing with his backdoor and a very good slider curveball. Changed his speeds very effectively tonight.
That one hit high and foul down the right field line. Alex Burnett starts to throw. And the right-hander out of the bullpen. So 1-2 to Cespedes. 2 outs here in the 8th inning. That will spin Cespedes out of the way. He doesn't like that much.
Well, as hard as he swings, and violent with a swing, and most time success, pitching him up and in maybe not be a good idea, because he usually comes back with a very, very strong swing.
That was a healthy cut.
That's it. And that's how you pay back a pitcher who comes close with a fastball. And that was with 2 strikes. He's swinging this hard. Slowed it down a little bit, but what a swing. Man is strong.
Five pitchers out of the bullpen for Casey Fiend. Stays upstairs with the heater. Cespedes lays off that one.
I wouldn't think Mauer would call anything but a fastball. 5-run lead, 2 outs in the 8th inning. Saw the swing with a 2-strike, 2-2 fastball.
Yep, pokes one to Willingham. Willingham has it, so Casey Fiend has his 2nd consecutive 3-up, 3-down inning, and we're on to the 9th inning, 7-2 Twins. California is brought to you by Roaring Camp Railroads. Dinner Roaring Camp style is sizzling steaks, a moonlit stream train ride, and singing around the campfire. RoaringCamp.com. Steam train ride is what I'm trying to say.
Steam what?
Steam train ride. It ain't easy to say, folks. Morneau on the first pitch he sees lines one off Donaldson's glove. So that is the 14th hit for the Twins tonight.
Now batting.
So that'll bring up Ryan Doumit. Doumit does not have one of those hits. He's been on base one time, and he was hit by a pitch in the very first inning. Swing and a miss. Rangers won tonight 5-1 at home over Baltimore. They are starting a 10-game homestand. And Dempster got the win. He pitched much better tonight.
Yes, a lot better.
In fact, just 1 earned run in 8 innings for Dempster. That one's hit to left center. Hit pretty well. Koch goes near the wall, and he leaps, and he caught it. Nice play by Coco Crisp. He gets it back in quickly. They're throwing to first, and they got it.
Oh, my. Wow. Travis Blackley loves it. Coco Crisp with a great catch, and immediately he had seen where the runner, Morneau, had gone, thinking it was going to be extra bases. And Rosales with a very strong arm. First of all, great catch by Coco up against the wall. But watch how quickly catches, comes down and gets rid of it. And Rosales takes care of the rest of it. Ooh, and a pick at first base by Carter. And that was a legit double play. Morneau thought he had a chance to go to third base, but what a great play all the way around. Even a pick at first base by Chris Carter. That's a nice double play. Rare, but great.
Well, you were worried about the ball being off the wall, and it turns out to be a double play.
And Coco timed it perfectly in his leaping ability, but felt right there. He immediately got rid of it. Does not have a strong arm, but released very quickly to Adam Rosales, who has a very strong arm.
1-1 the count now to Trevor Plouffe.
Coco liked it. It's a nice assist.
That's right, he gets an assist.
It's a little. Put 2 fingers back in the holster with that great play, double play.
Weeks dives, he cannot get it. Trevor Plouffe has his first hit.
Time now for the AT&T Uverse reverse replay. How about Adam Rosales? Not the last play. That was great. This one a little bit better. Plouffe. Outfield grabs. Plouffe. He's out. What a great play by Adam Rosales. Diving, leaving his feet, popped up quickly, and what a strong arm. And a great stretch at first by Chris Carter. So Adam Rosales right in the middle of some great defensive plays tonight.
The first pitch to Jamie Carroll is a strike. Carroll looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 4. Pop outs, 2 ground outs. Alex Burnett looks like he's going to get the 9th inning. Right at Reddick, who is playing shallow near the line. He's got it side retired. Couple of hits, but nothing else for the Twins. Bottom of the 9th coming up. Lots of work to do for the A's.
and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. And by Jack in the Box. Get the all-American Jack Combo at Jack in the Box. It's a no-nonsense burger with fries and a drink for only $4.99 plus tax at participating stores.
Bottom of the ninth inning, A's dropped down by 5. It's 7-2, Twins lead. Carter to lead it off. First pitch from the right-hander Alex Burnett is a bit outside. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog expert. So Burnett comes in. Carter rolls one foul. So Casey Fiend sure did a nice job. 2 innings. Kept the A's off the scoreboard. 2 perfect innings with a strikeout. Carter drives one to right. Going back is Mastroianni. He's at the warning track. He's got enough room, and he makes the catch, and that's out number 1.
Heavy air tonight. Ball is not going to travel that well. Especially, has to be more of a line drive. Chris Carter hit a ball like that at target field that went out, but
now batting,
different conditions.
Number 20, Josh Donaldson.
So Carter 0 for 4. Here's Donaldson. He's been on base a couple of times. He doubled in a run in the second, and he walked in the 6th. The last hit for the A's was Adam Rosales' 2-out single in the 4th inning.
Hard.
0-1 to Donaldson. Donaldson takes a big swing at a fastball that was running in on him. So the A's 4-game winning streak is in jeopardy tonight.
Still hope for those guys.
Yeah.
Just hope he got an ice cream sundae. He'd have to put in that small lid on his head.
Small helmet guys hanging in there. Two pitch. Poke toward right field. Mastroianni on the run. So that's out number 2 here in the 9th. Remember, A's post-game live is coming up immediately following the ball game. And don't forget about Sportsnet Central, brought to you by Hyundai. That's tonight at 10:30, and that's over on our sister station, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Highlights and clubhouse reaction from our game here in Oakland. Petaluma's reaction from Williamsport, a walk-off for the Petaluma Little Leaguers today. Condoleezza Rice's reaction to joining Augusta National, making big news today. So Scott Reese and David Feldman will host Sportsnet Central. Derek Norris has 2 of the A's 5 hits. Single in the 2nd and a single in the 4th. He also struck out in the 6th inning. Holds up in there. Seeing fastball running in. Remember, Brett Anderson tomorrow night. Join us at 6:30 with our coverage. Looking forward to seeing the left-hander do his thing tomorrow night.
And I think he's looking forward himself to getting out on the mound. He went through his rehab, had the patience, and at one time probably a little bit ahead, but then slight setback pushed him back a little bit. But looks like he's got to get a chance the last maybe 5 weeks of the season. See how many starts he makes. If the A's talking about a 6-man rotation, we'll see if that even comes to fruition.
And will we have a new shortstop tomorrow? Will Stephen Drew be here? It's certainly possible. His old team, the Diamondbacks, are playing at home.
Well, unfortunately, as we know, you add, you subtract, especially if it's prior to September the 1st. If that were the case, then you wouldn't have to worry about it. Just find a way to add him to the 40-man roster. But The A's making the move to activate Brett Anderson for tonight, and he'll pitch tomorrow night. But if Drew does join the club, they have to find room for him on the roster, 40-man and 25.
Shot foul. Nice play down there. Doing his job. Protect the relievers.
And how about adding a little style on top of it? Catching the ball instead of just being cool about it. He's going to add some style points. Very nice. Keeps his feet. Be the highlight of the game. A little behind the back.
And 2 out walk. So Norris has been on base 3 times. That's just the second walk the A's have received tonight.
Now batting shortstop, number 17, Adam Rosales.
So Rosales will try to keep the game going. Adams got a base hit. One. So a strikeout and a pop out for the A's shortstop.
Well, he's been the highlight defensively tonight for the A's.
And he slaps one into left field for a base hit. Morris was on the move, so he's going to go to third. So Adam Rosales is 2 for 4.
Well, we talked about the A's and the ability to get some big key 2-out hits. Right now, starting, there's one of them. First 2 fly balls to right field for the outs and a walk. Adam Rosales base hit. Put about 4 or 5 more together. And maybe have a Petaluma National League walk-off right here at the Coliseum.
We'll wait around for that.
Absolutely. Been here over 3 hours. Might as well spend another half hour. Get a W.
Here's Weeks. First pitch is outside. Weeks is 0 for 3. A couple of ground outs and a fly out. Weeks is average at 220. Missed again, and it's 2-0. Alex Burnett got the first 2 outs here in the night. A couple of fly balls to right field that Norris walked. And Rosales singled.
In fact, just a couple of years ago, it was the Gio Gonzalez start against the Twins that the A's came back. Won, what, 13 to 11, 13 to 12, something like that. Miraculous come from behind win. Being down about 8, 9 runs. So you never know. It's the last out.
Behind Weeks. Let's bounce slowly toward Carroll, the second baseman, flips to first, and that's the ball game. So game 1 of this 3-game series goes to the Minnesota Twins. They beat the Athletics 7-2. So the A's 4-game winning streak comes to an end, and the Twins 5-game losing streak comes to an end. So A's will get back after it tomorrow with Brett Anderson. And will Stephen Drew be in an A's uniform tomorrow night? We will see. 7-2 is your final. The Twins beat the Athletics in game 1 of the series. You've been watching Oakland A's baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group. Don't go away. A's postgame live with Dave Benz and Shuey Babbitt starts right now.